Hey guys, it's Ravensleep45 and welcome back to Fantasy XIV Endwalker. Last time on Endwalker, we just entered Garland. We kinda had a trouble in with a couple of the citizens because they didn't really trust us and they'd rather die by their own hands, which is unfortunate enough, but that is the case. And now we discovered this base thanks to one of the compatriots or one of the soldiers of the first legion of the empire, and after shortly meeting with their commander, he decided to say, no, we're not going to be cooperating with you and you'll be our prisoners. And they attached 2 collars to Alice and Afna, but one soldier was about to put a collar on me, but I say, no, good sir, no collar can contain my power. And of course they didn't put the collar after that, so I was like, okay. So now, here we are, still in the station. Not sure what we're gonna be going from here on forth, but it could be worse. Okay, Mr. Julius, what do you have for us? Persone no grante. As per Lord Quitius' instructions, I am to supervise you during your time here in Tertium. Before you ask, no, I don't have a key or any other means to remove your collars, nor would I tell you if I did. If you try anything, as soon as you wish you had it. So, do you truly intend to speak with the others? Or was it merely a ruse? We're in no hurry to disobey Lord Quintus, if this is what you mean, or perhaps you doubt the wisdom of his decision. Do as you will, but remember, I will be watching. If I catch wind of you doing anything untoward, trying to trick our people into turning their coats and the like, those shock collars will be the least of your worries. Understood? Though we're somewhat compromised, to put it lightly, then let's wait to this opportunity. I suggest splitting up and learning what we can of their situation. Above all else, don't use magics of any sort. Well, no problem for me, since I have no such limitations on collars. You, on the other hand, may go wherever you wish, even outside the camp. I know full well I couldn't stop you even if I tried. But do not forget, if you do anything to endanger us or our interests, Alphanon and us will pay the price. Alright, Julius, I remember. Okay, calm your tits. So I'm not gonna be doing anything to endanger them. Sabernius. Code. This young soldier is on the verge of losing consciousness. Oh, they have like a heating shortage. Maybe. Yeah, let's interact with the radio. This radio is the same model as the one used by Victory Spoils. Perhaps it is what saved the soldiers from being tempered. Maybe. I know who you are, the so-called champion of Yorza. Come to gloat, have you? I'll wipe that smirk off your face. By the blood of our fallen compatriots, I swear. Ugh. Damn. Door the citrus of all times. The worst of the lot within striking distance, and I can't even muster the strength. If it weren't for the third bleeding us, we'll be at the end of you. Rigorous treachery nearly cost Lord Quintus his life, but we made our escape, took shelter in the mansion, tending to the wounded as we prepare to strike back. And then night fell, and we gathered around the radio. Then the roar, the terrible roar. The capital was in chaos, but we were spared. We call this a mercy, minds intact, but body broken. A soldier in name alone. I'll cut you down where you stand if I could, murderer! Alrighty then. Okay, next, let's talk to this guy over here and back to the other eye. Octavia. It's you! Artorias Pendragon! I serve under Lord Gaius in the 14th Legion. I was there on the night the Pentarium fell. Your adventurers killed them, my comrades, my friends! Swept them aside in their dozen, as though we were doing nothing to you. Well, at this point, they were like merely chicken to... Well, to be honest, they were more cattle to the slaughter because we can literally just one-shot them at this point. But back then, yeah, it kind of got slaughtered by all of our compatriots. And maybe I am too just another faceless enemy to be cut down. But it won't be long until our countryman returns. Until you get what you deserve. Mark my words. Okay. Cassio. You came with Julius, didn't you? Well, whatever business brought you here, you best keep your hands off that Aetheryte. It's deactivated. But I'd rather you didn't mess around with it. There are others throughout the city built by the Guardians. 4 Guardians. Could tell of ore in the blink of an eye, provided there is a terminal nearby. These days, however, we use the Aetheryte power to keep this place lit throughout the though that comes at the cost of its normal function. So they decided to turn it off so you can power up their stuff here. Okay. So maybe once they, leave or anything, I can start using this Aetheryte for other means. Do I need to talk to the commander now? No. Oh, I'll talk to Alphanod. So how's your investigation going, Alphanod? Did you learn anything of note? Well, for starters, they still resent us, which is not pretty surprising, to say the least. And they say that someday their countrymen will come back and wipe us out. Typical Garland fashion. Then your findings are consistent with your own. Their plight is desperate indeed. The sick and injured are at great risk. Without warmth and proper nutrition, I fear they will soon perish. I realize this is a precious little we can do for them at the present, but I cannot bear to see them suffer. Please, will you help me tend to them? Well, sure, I'll save them, but hopefully, they won't, backstabbing in the back after saving them. Is there, there's Alice, eh? Oh, flowers. Do you have any injury I need to heal you with? I can switch to my healer and relieve you from your injuries. Or just put my hand on you and eventually you'll be healed. Who's there? I can't see that well. Thank you. The numbness has subsided a little. But I know I won't last much longer. You should look to the others who can still fight. Give them my ration. If me going hungry means someone else lives to see another day, so be it. Least I can still serve in that way. Such dedication. Well, Alphanod, I have some rations. Maybe you can give it to another soldier that actually needs it. So those you met fared no better. I was afraid you would say that. I know you were warned against meddling in their affairs, but we can't just leave them like this. Perhaps we might gain permission to have the contingent deliver supplies. Given the fact that their commander will allow it, we'll see. Quintus may have made his feelings on the matter quite clear, but even he must recognize they are not in a position to refuse help. Maybe Julius could persuade him, though we need to persuade Julius first. Yeah, we need to persuade him somehow, but going that he's very stubborn like the commander, that's a little difficult to see if we can persuade him or not. Well, see enough? Julius, the people have been barely enough food and fuel to survive. Have you and the other soldiers had been to procure any more supplies? We've been scattering provisions from nearby houses, and most families kept rather some stored away in the event that they were snowed in. Still, going out and getting it is dangerous work. We have a lot of mouths to feed. Little time and little effort to give them, so few is the greater concern, though we have some cerium set aside until it was stolen. We hadn't identified the culprit. Could it have been other refugees, or one of the afflicted, for we all know. Either way, we're down to the last drag. Without the heating they needed, those in poor health are only going to get worse instead of better. If the serum you need, our contingent has secured a ready supply. We can have some sent over. We will not accept your charity. If you can hold on a little longer, the situation is sure to change. Everything will change. Julius, I know you really don't want help in this matter, but your people are suffering, and I think it might be a good change to bend your ego a little bit and accept charity when it's needed. One of your companions mentioned something along those lines. Those mysterious countrymen of yours, I assume. One of your comrades mentioned something along those lines. Hearing something of it, have you? Well, from what I've seen, there's little you could do to interfere. So there's no harm in telling you. Heard something of it, have you? Well, from what I have seen, there's little you could do to interfere. So there's no harm in telling you. One of our scouts spotted a hooded man issuing instructions to the inflicted. Or, in the bastard's words, loyal servants to the Tepidori. Then he made his way inside the Imperial Palace. Oh, what stand it is in that place. We identified the seat of the enemy's power. We realized Lord Quintus dispatched a messenger to the 10th Legion saying as much, and instructing them to join forces with the Provincial Legion to prepare for a combined assault on the Tepidori. Once our allies arrive, your contingent will be sent running for the hills. Then, we shall reclaim the capital by our own hands. And how do you intend to survive in the meantime? At this rate, many of your countrymen will be perished long before reinforcements reach Garland. They need help now! Say the word, and we'll bring you cerium. I will speak with Lord Quintus, and maybe convince them that you will bring us cerium for the needy. At least he's actually gonna convince, or at least talk to his commanding officer and convince them to, grab drastic times. Maybe he could accept some sort of charity from them. So, did he agree to it? I guess not. No, he will not place Garland in the debt of her enemies. I have, however, been ordered to search for cerium outside. As you are under my watch, you will come with me. Might as well, since we can't bring cerium to you, maybe we can find some that is not being used outside. Farewell, after all, my hands make light work. You lot are more trouble than you're worth. Once we're outside, you will follow my instructions to the letter. We depart shortly. Okay. Okay, the next one is his park material. And we get a 525 gloves, which I not really need. We'll begin our search for Solarium in Regios Urubishimia. The first location is Formula Solis, a park to the northwest of this station. You're to remain close at all times and act only as ordered. Follow me. Okay, so I need to follow this guy and get more Solarium outside. Soon, I'll be able to fly over the horizon in this place. Alright, let's get to the part that's right up here. A lot of mechs on the ground. I wonder how this park looked like before all the mayhem engulfed this place. So, this is the park? I'm surprised they found a space for among all these buildings. Actually, the recreation era came first. The houses were later built around them. A healthy society requires communal spaces for children to play, and adults to socialize. This park was named after the founding father of the empire, Great Solius Zos Glavus. Did we come to extract Solarium from the wrecked Magitech armor? No, we already drained it dry. Same goes for the rest of the machina in the vicinity. But as our Solarium has been stolen, we must scour the city for every last drop. And while I don't expect to find anything here, I decide to try one more time, in case something has been overlooked. I see. Then with your permission, we will commence the search. Alright, let's start looking for Solarium. Let's start with right over here. Shop counter, but I don't think we'll find any Solarium in this one. But who knows? Though rare small by Galarian standards, this structure is reminiscent of a merchant's stall. Perhaps it was built for children to play at shopkeepers. Though there is nothing inside resembling a Magitech or any other device that would be fueled by Solarium. Alright, so that is a bust. And I can hear Adrian current somewhere. I think it's somewhere back there. Okay, let's try this thing here, this War Machina wreckage. Hopefully there would be some Solarium in this thing. A cursory inspection of the wreckage Magitech armor confirms that the fuel containers had long since been drained of Solarium, as Julius said. Alright, that was a bust. Let's see. Hey, there's a slider over there. Maybe I can get that vantage point while I'm at it. Let's first get this lookout here. Look out. Alright. The contraption is built in the style of an Imperial War Machina armed with a battery of a weapon and capability of transforming into different configurations. But of closer inspections, it appears to be no more than a children's slide. Of course, what else could you think this could be? Okay, so there's one more point of interest where I need to go, and which is okay. It's of course it's up there. Damn it, wrong button. I want to put my transportation vehicle so I can get there faster. And of course, there is the Aetheryte curve right over there. Several points of interest marked on the map of Formus Solis, the pond, the tournament play area. To your knowledge, however, none will require the use of Solarium. And let me get this Aether Current while we're at it. Thank you. Okay, Julius, I inspected the whole park. Unfortunately, we couldn't find any extra amount of Solarium nearby, so maybe we need to search elsewhere. Oh, it's you. Any luck? Nope, zippo. As much as we searched the whole area, we haven't found a single trace amount of Solarium that we can extract from. There is no sign of any Solarium. Hardly surprising, but disappointing nonetheless. I couldn't help noticing you were glancing at the pond. Is something the matter? What? Yes. I mean, no. It's just, I used to bring my mother and sister here to play. The pond was heated to stop it from freezing over. So, like the other children, they just had to wade in and splash about. We would have stayed there if I hadn't dragged them out. We'll be sopping wet when all of us said and done. Every time. And every time when I get home, Mother would be scold us saying, "We just catch our death walking around like that." The pond was heated? If that was the case, it will probably need Solarium to heat said pond, so maybe we can extract some of it from there. With a Solarium powered heater by any chance? I suppose it must have been. Come to think of it, I remember seeing engineers changing out a tank beneath a hatch. But that was a long time ago, when the water was still flowed clear and wasn't this varnish muck. We can't see a thing, and I can't remember where the hatch might be. With the machinery most likely broken, the amount of filth in there is probably the only reason it hasn't frozen over. I wager it's still unbearably cold though. Honestly, don't tell me you're gonna jump in there. Julius, what about your thoughts on magic? The average garland would jump out of their skin if they saw it, but the first has a few foreign signifry or medici, so it doesn't scare me. Then I take it you won't mind if I employ a little now. Aflad, as you are a knack of finding dry wood, would you bring me some? And once that's done, a blast of Verfire will do the trick. Leave it to me! Aflad, the wood collector has commenced his job. You're not planning to go in there, are you? Of course I am. That task isn't going to fetch itself. It's nothing so involving as extracting unprocessed Solarium from a frozen lake like how the tappers do it. We're talking about a swallow pond in a park, and we have a ways of warming ourselves after. But that's insane! So fancy a dip? Given the fact I have no other choice in the matter. Sure. A little friendly competition might make things interesting. The last thing we need is you catching a code. Sip aside while I drink the pond dry. That way, we'll find you in no time. I do like the first option, but... Step aside while I drink the pond dry. That way, I'll find it in no time. That might be the stupidest thing I ever heard in a while, and that's saying something considering who my brother is. Ouch. I can't fault for enthusiasm, though let's do it my way first. And if that doesn't work, perhaps then you can try your method with Alvin's help. Okay. There she goes. I wonder how cold that thing is. Must be freezing cold. And you delve into the mucky water but come up empty-handed. To add to injury to insult, the icy wind on your damp clothing chews you to the bone. Actually putting salad ailments for this situation, that's nice. You delve into the mucky water, but come any hand to add injuries. Yeah, okay. At least it doesn't actually kill me. You don't, yes, the same one. Okay, so I'm guessing this is the last one of interest. Hopefully it's the right one. Beneath the water, your fingers clash on what you think it might be a handle. Yay! Found it! I have no idea why they need to have the fanfare for that one, but sure, why not? You open the hatch and retrieve a solarium tank. But get cold after trying to get the damn thing. However, your grand discovery comes at a great personal cost, as you become actually aware of the freezing cold and a rancid odor emanating from area limbs of your body. Julius will be doubtlessly feel compelled to pinch his nose shut when you deliver him your prize. God damn it. Thank you guys for watching my recording session for Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker's main MSQ. And if you have any comments, put them down below the video as well. And if you like this video, please click the like button. It's very much appreciated. If you are curious on whatever I upload on my YouTube channel, you can give it a look. And if you're curious on getting in touch on what I upload, you can subscribe and don't forget to click the bell icon. And of course, I have projects that are going on my channel, which are right now Final Fantasy XIV Raid, Trial, MSQ Broadcast, Jobcast, Minions, Mounts, anything related to Final Fantasy XIV. Secondly, which will be Fate Grand Order, Lost Bill 4, 5, the events, the challenge quests, and anything that are related to Fate Grand Order. And lastly, which will be Personify the Royal, whenever the existence of actually starting to record that again will be in the near future. This has been Ravensleep45. Take care, stay safe, and have a pleasant Final Fantasy XIV day.